I get it. I know. I'm known as the Jordan MA2 fanatic. That's perfectly fine. It's not a hyped up silhouette. It's not a collaboration with anyone. And yet it gets all of my attention. And once I picked up the Delta last year and then the MA2 released in 2021, all of you inquired, hey, are you picking up the Delta 2 as well? We're curious about it, maybe on the fence. And at first, no, I didn't have any intention to pick it up, only because the colorways never really spoke to me. I preferred the upper of the Delta 1 to the Delta 2 until I actually tried this sneaker on, and it changed my mind. Who recalls my final purchase of 2020? It was the Jordan Delta in the Vachetta tan colorway. Great sneaker, comfortable, why not? This go around, it's the Delta 2, and it's an upgrade in every way. The big question on my channel, TJ, are you going for the Delta 2? At first, no, none of the colorways really stood out to me until this one dropped, and I'm a big fan, mainly because it features a lot of neutral tones, and we know I'm a sucker for all of those. So on the upper, you will find a mix of suede, mesh, possibly nubuck, it just depends. You'll have a lot of detailing similar to the first Delta, but this one goes above and beyond, and I really appreciate it. Whether you have the kind of dimples and pockmarks on the upper, you have Jordan branding that's also stitched on the 000 and 23 as an ode to Jordan. Oh, then also the green tag with the Jumpman logo. I love the Inspire on the back heel because we know that's what he's known for. He still inspires us all. And also I love the Jordan that's right on the instep there of the sneaker too. And if you look on the outer sole, you'll see the darker brown. It's actually reinforcement for the high traffic areas whenever we're walking. This is a shoe you walk around in all day. I promise you, your feet will thank you if you put this on. Now, I give that same high praise to the MA2, so you should know the Delta 2 is right up there. I love the branding on the tag as well. Remember, the Delta line really pays respect to Nike sportswear heritage, but also Jordan heritage, and we see that throughout the sneaker. On the inside, you have this really fluorescent orange for the insole, and then the 23 and the wings logo. So here we can actually compare the Delta and the Delta 2 side by side. You can see where they added some things and took away some things. I love they reinforced the toe box because on this original toe box, you see how the mesh caves in? It didn't have enough structure. The overlay is here and the reinforced mesh on the Delta 2 really fixes that. Now we still have the little detailing there, whether it's the 00023 or other elements of the sneaker, those are still present. Stitching and overlays are a big part of the upper, but I think the Delta 2 plays around with stitching a little bit more. And if you look at the back, I'm a bigger fan of the Delta 2 heel than I am on the original Delta 1. I know some of you may prefer that wings logo, but I actually like the Delta 2 heel. And then on the outsole, you can see a lot more traction is accounted for on the Delta 2. So again, you can leave this sneaker by the door to run errands, walk all day, especially if you're in the city. For myself, would I wear this to work out? Yes, if it's an upper body workout. If it's a lower body workout, I don't want all of the thicker cushioned React foam that's in the midsole. That's what helps to make this such a comfortable sneaker. It has quite a bit of React foam packed in there. Now this sneaker will turn heads because it's rugged and it actually is inspired by space elements. That's something Jordan Brand went for with this sneaker, and not that that moves me all that much in that way, but I love the fact that it is a gritty sneaker. At least it appears to be that way. It looks as if you're ready for anything, whether you are, you know, running errands or doing whatever, you're set with this sneaker.
I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see, yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about the days when we were young. I'll take a hit and still finish.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl TJ back. Another video talks with TJ, aka TJ2 Swoosh T Yeezy. Thank you again so much for tuning in to another video. And for some of you who patiently waited for a Delta 2 to make its way on the channel, your wish has been granted. Now, I'm gonna say that lightly, okay? Just because you would like me to review a sneaker doesn't mean it's happening unless I have intention to purchase the sneaker. I am one of those rare creators. I purchase sneakers to own and to wear, not for content. So just kind of keep that in mind whenever you see sneakers here on the channel. It's for me to have it. If I have it and it's not mine to actually keep, it's probably being used as trade bait in some way. But nonetheless, we have the Jordan Delta 2, and it's one of my favorite pickups recently. Probably because it's one of the most comfortable shoes I've picked up as of late. So it is right up there with the MA2. So if you were curious, like, hey, I like the design maybe of the Delta 2 upper more than I like the design of the MA2, you won't lose anything in comfort. At least I don't feel you will if you go with the Delta 2. So let's get that out of the way. Now, in terms of upper, I feel the designers took a lot of cues from the MA2 when it came to the Delta 2. Now, in terms of timeline, I'm not 100% certain like which came out first. As we know, models are always kind of cooking up in the kitchen for a while before the public ever sees them. So who knows? But I feel as if it took some inspiration from the MA2. I say that because it's bulkier. Like, it is beefed up from the original Delta 1. It has a lot more reinforcement. The overlays are there to provide more structure, which again, I spoke about on the toe box, not really having that on the Delta 1. So it tends to turn up a little bit or get an indentation in the toe box just from where our foot naturally bends there, and you don't have to worry about that with the Delta 2. So I'm a big fan of that. They changed quite a few things around. There is the Inspire on the back, which I like. They're little inspirational things or just little details they chose to add in. I'm a fan. Now again, I said they had some of a space element to it, and I think it's meant to be that because it is a little futuristic, right? It's also not what we're used to seeing from Jordan Brand. But again, as a consumer, if you ask brands, hey, we want something new, we want something different, we want something innovative, and then they deliver and you spit in their face or never give it a chance, don't complain then when they continue to give you the same thing over and over and over again, and you still don't have access to it. You have access to a Jordan Delta 2 right now, just like you have access to a Jordan MA2. So keep that in mind when it comes to these models that are out and they're meant for lifestyle, or they're meant for casual use. They're meant for, maybe you can wear them to the gym. You can absolutely wear this to the gym. I just personally would not run in this, and I personally wouldn't, again, do leg day or heavier leg day movements in it. That's just me. If you choose to do that, go right ahead, but I just prefer something with a flatter base and not the same amount of cushioning that you're going to get in an MA2 or a Delta 2 in the gym versus like a Metcon or something else that I would train in. But it's an extremely comfortable sneaker. I love the look of it. Now, please make sure you sound off in the comments your thoughts on the aesthetic of the upper. Is it something you rock with, or can you just not get with it? I will say this. If you say that you can't get with, they literally call it pockmarked in one description I read of it. I thought they were more so dimples, but they really are kind of like dimples on the upper, but then they're stitching in the actual dimple itself. But if you don't like that, do you not like a Jordan 13 as well? Because that's what it reminds me of. So again, it wasn't that I totally disliked that part. I just think the way earlier models with colors came out, those just didn't speak to me. This one did, so it's really a light gray, white or like smoke, and then white and orange. It does have blue integrated into the sneaker. If it comes to pricing, I also think that's something that makes this very attractive, because for grade school, it's $90, and then for adults, so men's and women's, you'll find this at $130. And yes, you will have the opportunity, women, to get our specific sizing versus just men's or having to go down to grade school, because grade school you usually lose some of the elements. Maybe colors are a little different, the paneling may be different. One part for an adult size may have like bright bold paneling, and it may have, hairier suede versus like more just smoother suede on the GS pair. That happens. It's just something you have to deal with. I also got this on discount on my very last day at Kids Foot Locker. So again, that was a big win and a big reason why I also picked it up. But now that you know how much I like the sneaker, let's go over sizing, comfort again, and how you can style this very athletic looking sneaker 3 different ways. Let's talk sizing for the Jordan Delta 2 because it differs from the size I picked up in the original Delta 1 in the Vachetta Tan colorway. In the Delta 1, I picked up a size 6. However, the Delta 2, I have a 6.5. When I tried on the 6, it just didn't provide enough room, or at least enough room for a comfortable fit without my toe being pushed to the very front of the sneaker, so I went up a half size for a perfect fit. If we're talking comfort, it's right up there with the Jordan MA2, and you know I won't give that answer for every sneaker. Yes, the Yeezy Boost 700 is up there as well, but the Jordan Delta 2 is by far one of the most comfortable sneakers I've ever put on. So the Delta 1 doesn't match up whatsoever in comparison to the comfort of the 2. Moving into the very first look, super casual, laid back, maybe if I was heading to the gym to watch a friend's kid play or even go to a practice. We have on the Jordan training pants in royal blue and white with white detailing and piping down the side. Very comfortable and lightweight. Then I'm also wearing the Fear of God Essentials crew neck, size small, in the heather oatmeal, which will appear to be the darker heather gray of the two options. For the second look, it's a little less gym attire, but something I could wear almost anywhere. So still the Fear of God Essentials track pants here with the Valiant Pursuit shirt. This is their compete shirt, which comes in a number of different colors. I wear them quite a bit. Got to support the friends, Marcus and Kiana. So great job on that again. And the Richie Lee collection denim jacket. So glad he chose to put this out. It's by far one of my favorite jackets, and it's a staple I style with a lot of different outfits. So this is maybe running around town, going out to eat with friends, or again, any number of things, but it's just a little less dressed down and casual than the first look. For the last look here, I have on H&M pants. So these are just straight black pants that are fitted. H&M socks, which I'll do a video on that soon, probably tomorrow. And then I'm actually wearing the Fear of God Essentials gray tank underneath and the Champion Supreme half zip they came out with not too long ago. I picked this up on eBay as well, so shout out to eBay for the finds, but something still laid back, casual, just if I don't want to wear sweats, I have another option. So now that you've seen this style, does it, you know, speak to you a little more? Maybe now you're a little bit more comfortable with going after a pair to integrate it into your style. As always, sound off in the comments which outfit is your favorite, 1, 2, or 3. Do you own the Jordan Delta 2? And if not, hey, any plans to pick one up, or are you just going to wait for the perfect MA2 colorway to come along? Either way, I support both, and don't be surprised if I like rolled up to an event in one of these pairs. I am okay. I am comfortable in my MA2 and Delta 2 love. So if you found any value in this video, like what you saw, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I truly appreciate it. And as always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace out.